My name is Jijendra. Subject is thermodynamics. My topic is about working of CI engine. CI engine is nothing but a combustion ignition engine. It is a type of a heat engine. Introduction. A heat engine is a machine which converts heat energy into mechanical energy. The combustion of fuel such as coal, petrol, diesel generates heat. The heat is supplied to a working substance at a high temperature. By the expansion of this substance is suitable in suitable machines, heat energy is converted into useful work energy. Heat engine can be furtherly divided into two types. There are two types of heat engine: external combustion and internal combustion. Usually we use for four wheelers and two wheelers internal combustion heat engine. Heat engine is a machine. It's nothing but which converts heat energy into a mechanical energy. External combustion engine. Here the working medium, the steam is generated in a boiler located outside the engine and allowed into the cylinder to operate the piston to do mechanical work. Internal combustion engine. In internal combustion engine, the combustion of a fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder, and heat is generated within the cylinder. uh, this heat is added to the air inside the cylinder, and thus the pressure of the air is increased tremendously. This high pressure air moves the piston, which rotates the crankshaft, and thus mechanical work is done. Most of the internal combustion engine are reciprocating engine with a piston. The reciprocate back and for front in the cylinder. Spark ignition. uh, Spark ignition is also known as carburetor type IC engine. IC engine is nothing but a internal combustion engine. There are two types of IC engines. In this spark ignition and compressive ignition. Spark ignition, in this engine liquid fuel is atomized, vaporized, and mixed with air in correct proportion before being taken to the engine cylinder through the intake manifolds. The ignition of a mixture is caused by an electric spark and is known as spark ignition. Compression ignition, diesel type IC engine. In this, only the liquid is injected in the cylinder under high pressure. Under high pressure. This is types of heat engine. In this flowchart, we can see the types of heat engine. Heat engine is divided into two types: external combustion, internal combustion. And external combustion, there is another type, steam engine. In internal combustion, there are three types of engines: reciprocating, Wankel, rotary, and gas turbine. In reciprocating engine, there are two types: CI engine and SI engine. CI is nothing but compression ignition, and spark ignition is SI engine. In CI engine and SI engine, having a two-stroke engine, four-stroke engine. Uh, Four-stroke engine. Based on working cycle, there are two types of working cycle: four-stroke cycle engine, two-stroke cycle engine. Four-stroke cycle engine, when the cycle is completed into two revolution of a crankshaft, it is called four-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine, when the cycle is completed in one revolution of crankshaft, it is called as two-stroke cycle engine. Working principle of operation of IC engine: four stroke cycle diesel engine. In four stroke cycle engine, the four events, namely suction, compression, power, and exhaust, takes place inside the engine cylinder. The four events are completed in four strokes of the piston. This engine has got valves for controlling the inlet of charge and outlet of exhaust gases. The opening and closing of the valves is controlled by cam fitted on the chain. The camshaft runs at half the speed of the crankshaft. The event taking place is IC engine are as follows. There are four strokes: suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke, exhaust stroke. In four strokes the CI engine, uh, the four strokes are suction, compression, power, and exhaust. Firstly, suction. During suction stroke, inlet valve opens and piston moves downward. Only air or a mixture of air and fuel are drawn inside the cylinder. The exhaust valve remains in closed position. During the stroke, the pressure in the cylinder is less than the atmospheric during the stroke. As we can see in suction, it only when the inlet valve is open and it sucks the air and fuel are drawn inside the cylinder, and exhaust valve will be closed. It will be the cylinder will be less than the atmospheric condition pressure. Compression stroke. During the stroke, the piston moves upward. Both valves are closed. The charge taken in the cylinder is compressed by upward movement of piston. If only air is compressed, as in case of diesel engine, diesel is injected at the end of the compression stroke, and ignition of fuel stroke place due to high temperature and pressure of a compressed air. If a mixture of air and fuel is compressed inside the cylinder, as in case of petrol engine, the mixture is ignited by a spark. Power stroke. After ignition of a fuel, tremendous amount of heat is generated, causing very high pressure in the cylinder, which pushes the piston downward. The downward movement of piston at its instant is called a power stroke. The connecting rod transmits the power from piston to the crankshaft, and the crankshaft rotates. Mechanical work can be tapped at the rotating crankshaft. Both valves remains closed during power stroke. Exhaust stroke. During this exhaust stroke, piston moves upward, exhaust valve open, and the exhaust gas goes out. Throughout the exhaust valves open, all the burnt gases go out of the engine, and the cylinder becomes ready to receive the fresh charge. During the stroke, inlet valves remains closed. Thus, it is found that out of four strokes, there is only one power stroke and three idle stroke in four-stroke cycle engine. The power stroke supplies necessary momentum for usual work. This is the four strokes drawing for a engine, for a four-stroke diesel engine. First diagram, a intake means it's a suction stroke. It will sucks, it will absorbs the air and fuel, and the outlet valve is closed. In compression, in compression stroke, the compression the second diagram indicates the compression. Third, expansion is also known as a power stroke. Fourth is exhaust. Two-stroke diesel engine. The cycle of four-stroke of piston, the suction, compression, power, and exhaust stroke is completed only in two-stroke. In case of a two-stroke engine, the air is drawn into crankcase due to the suction created by upward stroke of piston. On the downward stroke of piston, it is compressed in crankcase. The compression pressure is usually very low, being just sufficient to enable the air to flow into the cylinder through the transfer port. When the piston reaches near the bottom of its downstroke, the air thus flows into the cylinder, where the piston compresses it as its essence till the piston is nearly at the top of its stroke. The compression pressure is increased sufficiently high to raise the temperature of the air above the self-ignition point of fuel used. The fuel is injected into cylinder head just before the completion of compression stroke. compression stroke, and only for a short period. The burnt gas expands during the next downward stroke of piston. The gas escapes into the exhaust pipe to the atmosphere through the piston, uncovering the exhaust part. This is the drawing for a two-stroke diesel engine. There will be only two strokes in intake and exhaust, compression and power. These are the three diagrams for two-stroke CI engine. Thank you.